Your defense has certainly been better, and I know we've asked you about that. What types of things do you look for to know that this is a real change or a real improvement over these last 4 or 5 games?
Yeah, I think the only thing really to look at is consistency. It's consistently been better, and you want it to continue. But it also comes down to rebounding. So you got to start. It starts with transition defense, and then it goes to ball screen defense, and then guarding dribble penetration. But that rebounding, that first miss, is critical. And we'll be challenged in a big way with Michigan, the way they offensive rebound.
Is that kind of key to your offense too? That just to get in transition off the defensive board?
Yeah, absolutely. Like we always say, we run on makes and misses, but it's much better to run off misses.
Next question, Coach, from Mike Loss.
And about Michigan, it's been such an impressive team this season. What has been, besides the addition of Dickinson, what has made this sort of transform this team?
Well, Dickinson's tremendous. I mean, he's as good. He could be the top freshman in the country right now. But it's the grad transfers. I mean, you have 3 starters back who are tremendous. I mean, Livers and Wagner, are all league players. Eli Brooks is terrific. They're all veteran guys. But then, you take the guy who led the Ivy League in scoring, and you take Wake Forest's best player. Those guys are 21, 22 years old, and you plug them in with that other group. Now you're bringing Davis off the bench with Brandon Johns, 5th-year senior and another veteran guy. This is a very veteran group. They don't make mistakes. They don't turn it over. They really do a great job sharing the basketball. Because they got a lot of guys scoring, but they move it, they share it, and they defend.
The next question from Don Doxey.
Yeah, Fran, I wanted to ask you specifically about Dickinson. What kind of problems he's going to present for Luka, and what kind of matchup you see that as?
Yeah, he's one of the best centers in the country, so it's always going to be a challenge for Luka. He's good in the low post. He's a good passing big man. He runs well. He's physical. But it's like every game in this league. You're going against somebody like that. If it's not Miles Johnson, it's Kofi Coburn, it's Nate Reavers. You just keep going.
The next question from Tom Kakert.
Hey, Fran. Joe got up to the top 5 for the Jerry West Award today, and Luka will certainly be up for the Kareem again this year. What does it say about their kind of development, that they've been able to kind of reach that level on an individual position group?
Yeah, I'm very proud of both of them, happy for them, but I don't think any of us are surprised. I mean, I think we all saw that coming. Both of them are incredibly hard workers, character guys through and through. And I think as a coach, you're just, like I said, you're proud of them. You bring them in and you work with them, and you watch their work ethic, and you see them get better. You see them compete. You see how important it is to them, and then to be recognized on a national level is something that I think makes all of us happy to see. But the key for both of them, and they would both tell you this, is not to be satisfied. We're still hungry.
The next question, Coach, from Jarek Andreski.
Hey, Coach. Your team this year came in with its highest ranking, I believe it's had since the 50s, and now that we're sort of in the final stretch of the year, how would you say your team has handled maybe the added pressure of being one of the elite teams in college basketball, and what's your role as a coach to sort of help them with any sort of pressure that may come with that?
Yeah, I think I don't really look at it as pressure. You could be right. I mean, they could feel some pressure because of the questions they get all the time, but we just have a healthy respect for this league and who's in it. So, what somebody says about you at the start of the year, that's what they say then. It really makes no difference. You got to play the games. You got to play a very difficult schedule. There's going to be bumps in the road. Some teams had, COVID issues. Some teams have injury issues. Now, who steps up? We've dealt with that. Very proud of our guys who have had to step up when we've had guys injured. So it's not something we really think about or talk about, quite frankly.
The next question, Coach, from Chad Leistico.
Hey, Chris, I've just got two, so I'll squeeze them in here if that's okay. The first one would be, did you make a decision on whether you would come back after the Michigan game?
Yeah, we're going to come back.
What were the pluses and minuses there? What led you to that last part?
There's a lot that goes into it. We just feel like, it's better to do it this way, better to be here.
Okay. And then, I guess, 71.3% from the line isn't horrible, but I personally thought it would be higher this year for you guys. Have you seen anything? Do you need to work on free throws more? I mean, do you see that as a little bit of a red flag? Anything you've noticed there on free throw shooting?
No, we got a couple guys who are a little bit lower than what you would expect. We just got to get those guys to the line a little bit more. I think the more they shoot, the better they'll get.
Next question, Coach, from Mike Halas.
Fran, I know there's a lot of different ways to get to Big Ten head coaching jobs, but you don't see too many guys go from the NBA to the Big Ten. Well, how is Juwan Howard, in your eyes, adapted to it so quickly and have a team playing so formidably?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a terrific background. I don't think he would have taken any other job but the one he's got. Not that he wouldn't have been a candidate for one. He just, I think, has an affinity for his alma mater. But he played in the league a long time. I mean, he played, for Riley. I mean, he worked with Eric Spoelstra. I mean, he's been around great teams, great players, great coaches. So he's a lot to offer. And I think he's real happy where he is. So, I don't think anybody should be surprised when you look at his resume that he's done well there. You could say a lot of really nice things, but the reality is, if you were to ask him, I think he would probably have expected that of himself. Because, I mean, he put the time in this business, to be ready when his coaching opportunity came. And he's proven that he was.
The next question, Coach, from Don Doxey.
Sorry, I had trouble unmuting myself there. But I know you've attributed a lot of your recent defensive success to playing more man-to-man. Do you guys chart what percentage you play man-to-man and zone and everything else? Or
yeah.
Is it just kind of a feel game to game?
A little bit of both, but we crunch the numbers. I think that's critical to do that. Sometimes I would say this: most of the time you don't need to look at the numbers, but not always. And I think that the numbers are what they are, and we've just been better in our man-to-man.